Greetings and salutations. My name is Clinton.
Hey, I'm MJ.
Welcome back to Awkward Ding Dongs. Today we're gonna do the movie that everyone went and saw, that everyone was talking about. We're gonna do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yes, the third installment of this movie. Anyway.
As you can tell, we're forcing ourselves to do this review. It has they introduced some new characters, one of which being Adam Warlock, played by Will Poulter. I think it's Poultry, whatever.
Yeah, Poulter. Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
He's from The Millers with Emma Watson and Jennifer Anderson. He sings that. I think it's a TLC song, actually.
I know
Or
from
it's
Maze Runner.
Or it might be. Oh, yeah, he's in Maze Runner. That's right.
He plays Gally, like one of the main characters.
I just pay attention to fucking what's his face, Brian.
Dylan O'Brien, my husband. Yeah.
That's everyone's husband.
He hasn't done anything in a while.
I know.
No, that's sad.
And also, we're going to introduce Chuck Woody. I'm probably actually butchering his name, but I think it's
Chuck Woody
Iwachi, I believe so,
Yeah.
as the High Evolution. I think it's Evolutionist.
Evolutionary.
Evolutionary, okay.
Yeah. He's the guy that had no face.
His character was really cool, though, I'm not gonna lie.
It's probably one of the best costume designs,
I thought it was
honestly. I thought it was
interesting.
great. And then we have our reprising their roles from the first two. We have Groot, who is voiced by Vin Diesel. Chris Pratt, who plays Peter Quill.
Yep, Peter Quill.
Yeah.
And then we have Mantis, played by Pam Calamenti. I can't pronounce her name.
Yeah.
And then we also have the best one of them all. She's my favorite in my opinion. But Nebula, played by Karen Gillan.
You're a Nebula fan?
I love Nebula.
Really?
I think she's so badass. The whole fact that she can get... So I'm not gonna lie, one of the parts that I really, really did enjoy the most was when she got literally thrown almost in every scene. Like, so the whole point that her body was just broke, and then also it was like...
That's her thing, because it was like, she's
I didn't notice it as
so-
though, like, they didn't, in my opinion, they didn't show it as much in the first two, or even
That's
in, like,
true.
when they're all together, like, you don't see it as
But
much
you
as you
know,
did
like-
in this one. So, like, when it was happening, I was just like, oh my god, oh my
Well,
god.
every time Gamora pretty much kills her or defeats her, like, she's pretty much, like, she keeps coming back with it, because she says it in the first one, it's like, every time I would lose, Thanos would do something different to me, and I would have to try to be better than my sister.
Right.
And it was like, bitch, clearly, you lost a lot.
So much trauma.
Like, she clearly lost every single battle.
Literally.
She is a android, silicone skin, freaking... I don't want to be rude and offensive, but she reminds me of toys.
Of toys.
Never mind. So also, this movie is interesting because we actually, for reasons for this review, the main character, as we come to discover, is Rocket. And Rocket, who is voiced by Bradley
It's a little
Cooper.
squirrel.
It's a raccoon. It's a hamster.
It's a rabbit. Literally everything but a fucking raccoon.
No, I'm not a raccoon. Stop calling me a raccoon.
I thought that was great though. And then
Only one person's
my
ever
God.
called him a raccoon, and
What
he's
did
like,
he
I
call
don't
him?
want to be.
A garbage panda? A panda
Yes,
garbage?
a garbage-
And he's like, that's worse.
He's like, I don't know if that's good or bad. It's like, it's worse, actually. Yeah. I will say, compared to the other two, the first one and the second one, Rocket's interaction with both Peter and Gamora, like all those guys, it's a lot more. It's different. I felt like in the first two compared to this one. This one, it's pretty much all about the damn raccoon. Okay, it's all about Rocket. It's pretty much his origin / current story, I guess you could say, and let's introduce you to him because he's gonna be the new leader. Spoiler. So yeah, it happens. But I will say, I think they did. It wasn't the way it was done for Quill in the first one. Like for Quill, the first one, as we were building up and leading to the team, I liked it more than this whole Rocket evolution, if you will.
I don't know why, or what it was, but I just caught myself being very, very bored with this whole storyline.
Not gonna lie, I did doze off a couple times when I went to go see
Same,
it.
like, and then like I was thinking about it, like trying to think of like the past storylines with the first and the second one. And I was like, well, this is just a repeat of the second, which is also a repeat of the first. We're just switching up the characters, and then at the same time though, it's like I felt like there's a lot of filler things that we didn't need to see. That was just to put time in there. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
well, because the reason, I mean, it's Gunn, the director, I think it's Chris Gunn, I believe. directed multiple Marvel movies, but apparently he's now the head of DC now. So this was his last Marvel
So
film.
he didn't give a fuck. He was just like, all right, bye, do whatever.
Maybe he was trying something new to lead to. I don't understand. Like, a lot of people loved it. You know, kudos to you guys. Hey, whatever, float your boat. The introduction to the whole new Guardians is kind of, it was weird in a way because you have.
We got the dog. The dog was so great.
The dog.
I'm a good girl.
It's so stupid. It's like, say I'm a good girl. Say I'm a good girl.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Every time she did it, I thought that was funny. And then when he did call her a good girl, she's like, "See, I knew you knew I was a good girl." I was like, "Oh God, it's so great."
Oh, I hate it every.
I thought she died though, like when she collapsed and everyone like went to save Quill, and I was like, "They're all just gonna let the dog die." I was so mad. But then she got up, and I was like, "Okay, cool, we're good, we're good."
Yeah, I was sad again. I'm not an animal person, clearly. However, I will say that the raccoon and the behind the scenes, or not behind the scenes, the backstory kind of thing where he was like hanging out with his crew, it reminded me so much of Toy Story, and I just watched Toy Story. There's literally the little ball alien thing that's in Sid's room in the second one, or the first one. It comes clear. It reminded me of that so much, and they all came together. It's like, wait, you're gonna kill him. You're gonna see him. They come back. It's like, no, we're your friends.
You hate cartoons. What made you watch Toy Story?
I have a younger brother.
Oh.
And then also when I watched it like 2 days ago.
I was like, you watched it recently, and you haven't seen your little brother. I don't know how. I don't know, but yeah.
But I watched it, and also I may or may not have been under the influence, so I was really bored.
Okay.
And so I needed something to background noise.
So Toy Story, everybody.
That's what it reminded me of. Have you seen the movie?
Yes, I saw it in theaters when it came out.
So did I.
That was all back in like '98.
Bro, it was not. It was like 94, 93.
It was 98. But anyway, let's not get off track.
Anyway, don't we always?
That's fine.
So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so it reminded me of this. So we're looking at Rocket's story and everything, and how he progressed and how he came to be who he is.
We were both wrong. It came out in '95.
At least I was closer.
We were both wrong. It came out in '95.
I was closer.
Anyway,
but the fact that they like went and talked about how like the gold people from the second one, how they became a thing, and then
yes,
I
did like that too, because I was, and during the second one, like, and I watched. I'm pretty sure you did too. Before we went and saw the third one, we watched the first and second one again. Be caught up. Sorry. And I'm not gonna lie, at the ending of the second one, like, I was really confused. I was like, who the fuck are these gold people, and where did they come from? Are they part of us? Because she's all like, oh, our ancestors, you know, and Quill's trying to fuck her.
Well, hold on. It's like, what even? Where do they come from? Like, it was literally a whole.
Well, I know, but I didn't understand. I still didn't understand it though. Like, I was like, I don't get it. So, were they human? Were they not human? And then in the third one, they explained it more. Like, they made it more like, they explained it more for me. Like, okay, this guy created them. They're not really human anymore. He did something to them, and now they're whatever they are. That's what I need to know. They didn't tell me that in the second one.
They did.
She
totally said the celestial beings, because we can't leave our planet, because this is our perfect planet and our perfect world, because it was created for us.
Yeah, but
exactly.
But then she said our ancestors. So I was like, okay, so they're human, or they're not human, and they're human stuck in this perfect world.
Their ancestors and the parts that were gathered to make them. So kind of like the animals, the way they were doing the animals.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what confused me. And then the third movie came, and I saw what they did with the animals, and so like I said, it explained everything.
You're talking about the second one or the third one?
I was talking about the second one. How it ended. I didn't understand what was happening or where they came from.
I was like, they totally explained the whole thing.
Like, I know. Like, the third one, that's what I'm happy. Like the third one, they explained all that, and like the whole. Oh my god, that Animal Planet though, I thought that was really cool. I did think that was pretty BA. I did, but I didn't
really
understand.
Just sit here and say.
The Animal Planet, yeah, it's just like the game. No, the movie, show. I think there's a lot of things like that. Anyway. But yeah, no, I thought it was great. Because, like, I thought it was kind of sad, though, too. Because, like, you know, it's this Animal Planet, and clearly they have the machine animals on there to protect them and enforce law. So why couldn't Rocket and all of his friends still go? That's been literally in my head since the movie ended. Because I was like, it makes no sense. Make it make sense.
It was because, I think it had something to do with the atmosphere, wasn't it?
I really don't think so. Because literally it was just other animals that had robot parts, just like the ones that were in captive.
Yeah, but they were different somehow. Like, so it's probably one of the parts I dozed off on. I'm not even gonna lie.
I think it's because they were smarter.
Man, because I feel like there was something where they couldn't go there. Like, there was a reason why they couldn't go to that planet. I don't remember. Like, I remember them starting to talk about it.
Well, he just told them flat out, like, you're not going because you're not perfect. Like, you're nothing. That's literally what he pretty much tells them.
Well, they also had.
And then it's Rocket's fault they're all dead. Plain and simple. It's his whole. Yeah.
Actually, if you think about it, it's Warlock's fault. Actually, it's Warlock's fault. He's
No.
the one that literally shot Rocket at the beginning that started this whole thing. If
I'm
he
talking
hadn't
about
shot
his
Rocket-
crew when he was being turned into a robot before he escaped. He's the reason they all died.
Well, they wouldn't be in that predicament situation.
If
Are you
they
talking
would-
the animal crew, not the
his,
Guardians?
like I said, his crew.
I thought
when he
you
was
were the
being-
Guardians
his
crew.
when he's being created literally just said
Well,
that.
he was also being recreated
He
again.
didn't get
so-
recreated in the Guardians. He was already created.
He was
just joining. He
reincarnated.
was just joining the Guardians, bro.
He was coming back to life.
That shot did you good, huh?
Very much so. But also, now this is what it's like to be you. So, our previous episode. Anyway, but I was like, so his crew, when you said his crew, I was thinking of his, like, Guardians.
Not the Guardians crew. Like I said, his creation crew, because that was his family, quote, and he's literally the reason they're all dead.
Not completely.
No, he is. He grabbed the gun and started shooting at them, so they shot back, and don't know how they missed him. They got everyone else fucking around him, but...
He wanted them to be free, so he's trying to
No, I
free
understand.
his people.
I'm still standing what I said. He's the reason they're dead, though. Maybe he should have left and then came back with the Guardians? I don't know.
It wasn't a thing then. That was the whole point. You know?
I'm just saying, I don't know.
And like you said, he escaped 22 prisons, and clearly that was the first one.
I did think it was cool, though, too, how he was like, I'm ready to come, and she was like, just kidding, you're not coming with us, at the very ending. She's like, you got some shit to do. It was like a whole Deadpool situation.
It really, like, there was a whole lot of certain references and things. I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna flip the script a little bit.
I also loved how all the transformations that Groot has gone through, like obviously from the second one, we got,
Go ahead and talk
we got
about
him.
it.
I'm going
Go ahead
to.
and
We got
talk
him
about
being
it.
like a little baby, and then by the time I think it's Endgame comes or Civil War, whatever one it was that comes
Yeah.
next, like he's a teenager. And then in this one, he's just all like big and buff, and like it's just so funny to me. And all the things that he could do, like I didn't know Groot could do half those things. Like when he pulled out all these hands with the guns, and then he had like made the shields out the
yeah.
branches, and then the wings. I thought the wings was so stupid, but at the same time, I was like, really?
Well, they said that he so this is Groot 2.0 basically. So he he evolved because he's a learning tree or something. Like they talk about in this first one or something, because when he
Okay.
makes up a ball to protect someone, which kills him originally
Right.
the first time. So like there's like, no, Groot will kill you because of the power that he has that he
Right.
can do, because he's pretty much indestructible basically, unless you
He's like a
lose him.
phoenix.
Yeah, basically. And so he can regrow as long as there's like a part. Like you're a plant dad, so like when you take just a leaf and all of a sudden that leaf turns to a fucking oak tree or something stupid. So, yeah, that's pretty much Groot, which is interesting. And I will say this is the only time I've ever liked Vin Diesel.
I'm not a big fan of him either.
Yeah.
I
You
like
should
the-
stick to voice acting.
I liked
Yeah,
it.
I said it.
And Guardians 3 is PG-13. But he's just, I don't know, I only liked him in one movie and one movie only, and that was the very first Fast and Furious. And then after that, I just didn't care.
I've
Because it's the same
never-
character in every role.
Well, he literally is the same character because his name is freaking
Well, I'm
Dominic.
saying in other movies too.
Oh,
though. No, I mean in
sorry.
other movies too. Like in The Pacifier, again, it was pretty much the same exact thing. He was this
Well, that's
secret
every
agent.
big
Like,
guy coming, like The Rock or Dwayne Johnson, Vin Diesel, John Cena, Jason Statham. Like they're all like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like they're all
bad.
the same.
What'd you think of Quill in this one?
He was different. It wasn't. I don't know. I was like indifferent towards
I
it.
feel like they made it a really good job. I feel like they did a really good job of making him a side character in the storyline that
Yeah.
they were telling.
They, like,
compared to
because they wanted to
'cause-
focus more on the
right. Because I mean, yeah, because in the first one, it's all about him, and then the Guardians, and then the second one, it's all about him, and then his dad. And then the Christmas special, it's all about him finding out that he has a sister, which is Mantis. And then, yeah, in this one.
Which I will give credit to all the Marvel movies, honestly, for doing this. It is annoying sometimes because I don't watch everything, but they tie everything together in all their movies. Like, they make references and stuff, they pull things back, and it's like, wait, when did that happen? Like, I've watched the big main blockbuster ones, but I didn't watch the little shorts. I didn't watch the Disney Plus movies and TV shows.
You didn't watch WandaVision, I know it's a crime.
Yeah, because I have, never mind. The problem is, like, there are certain things they reference, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Luckily, some of the movies will explain their little references, then a lot of them will not, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm
Well,
so
that's
confused.
because you have to wait for the 4 end credits that come up, or the 3 end fucking credits. Like,
Yeah.
why is that a thing now? I'm just wondering.
yeah,
I discovered
don't
this
know.
at the second Guardians movie. Like, I think there's 3 end credits, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like,
Because
and I think even with Guardians 3, I think there's 3 end credits as well.
I watched one of them. Well, no, two. One of I don't remember because it was a mixture. But you're right. Like, and honestly, sometimes the end credits are better than the movie. Sometimes, like, case in point, Guardians 3, the end credits actually like more than parts of the movie. Like you said, that were filler. And then so I'm just like, okay, that
Like,
was
they
actually entertaining.
exactly. Like, it actually improved on the story that we already knew what was happening. And
but if you're gonna do what's the point of having them? Why not just do a whole new scene? Or like, why not just add that to the movie? The movie's already 3 hours anyway. Fucking add another 15 minutes. Like,
because
just combine
everyone bitched about how Avatar 2 was a whole extra 10 minutes longer than the first one.
But yet no one is bitching to have to wait through credits multiple times
No,
at the
that's
end.
what I'm saying
like,
though. That's the whole mindfuck of it all.
Right.
Like, literally,
Like,
people bitch because the movie was that long, but
People
yet
are just
they
bitches
will
in
sit
general.
here and they will watch
Yeah, and like I literally
all these credits to see just a little snip of.
And we both have
5
watched
seconds.
people do it where like the family gets up to go because think the movie's over. Wait, no. So
Legit,
either their
at least
kid or
one
someone
person
else-
every time, like, it's like, no!
like, there's more. But wait, there's more. Why? It's so stupid. Oh my god! For every director, editor out there that's watching
Okay,
this,
and I want to
please
put
stop.
this out there. I just thought about this. We're gonna put this out and talk about this. Eternals. Everyone remembers Eternals, right?
No.
I'm not talking to you anymore. You guys remember Eternals. Anyway, so in ending of Eternals, there's literally a freaking celestial being coming out of the fucking ocean that they freeze. Head and hand is out, like anyone can see it. Flying on a boat, anyone can see it. There's been, I think, 6 movies, maybe less, since Eternals came out. Not one person has brought this up.
Is it kind of like what they do with X-Men when they're trying to forget that we made that movie? To
No,
kinda,
because
like,
Eternals goes into the whole Marvel things because the Eternals are cousins to Thanos. And at the ending of Eternals, Thanos' brother comes in to be like, yo, I need your help.
Huh.
That was the end credits. It was with Harry Styles. He's going to be in one of the next movies.
You know, honestly, he's not a bad actor. I
I
hate him as a musician, but love him as an actor.
I don't like him as a musician either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I'm just gonna say like I want to know why no one's brought that up because like I said it's been like a whole 6 movies now I believe and
They've been hoping that you would forget. And
No.
Clearly, for the 3 people that watched
No.
it, you being one of them, you just
you
won't let
can't
it
tell
down.
me that
Apparently-
nobody's wondered being like oh
Because
what's
no
this-
one watched
what's
it, that's
this new
why.
island.
No one watched it, that's why, because no one cared. Like, that is why no one's bringing it up. Like, it's not even on the forums, it's not in the Snapchats, like, it's nowhere because no one watched that movie. It was
I
awful.
forgot that Sylvester Stallone by the way was still around.
Meaning, well, yeah, why wouldn't
No,
he
like
be
in general, I
around?
honestly forgot that he was in movies until like he showed up again in Guardians, and I was like, oh. And then I was really sad that Miley Cyrus couldn't reprise her role.
Where was Miley in ever?
She was in the second movie. She was the end credit in the second movie, and the character gets introduced in the third movie.
One of the end credits?
But yeah,
see,
that
like, it's
was
one of the ones I didn't watch.
That was her first introduction. Was the end credit, and then she was supposed to be in the third one, but because
See,
of the schedule
shit
thing,
like that is why they should stop with the fucking end credits.
But
Like,
then because of schedule thing conflicts,
conflict, yeah.
Thank you. She couldn't do it, so they had someone else do it.
That is news to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's end credits are stupid because you're trying to tell a continuation of a story, but yet you're not reprising roles or not adding to the story from the end credit that you made us sit through 16 hours to watch. But whatever, tomato, tomato.
Literally though.
It's like we're gonna try something new. What would you say your favorite part of the movie was?
I think my favorite part, to be honest, was every time Mantis was yelling at fucking Drax. I think that was honestly my favorite part.
There really
That
should
or
definitely
when
change to
that
the
or
last
when
two
they
movies.
fought all the time. Like I don't know why, but anytime they all started fighting, or when it was just specifically when it was just Mantis arguing, like I just couldn't help but laugh. Like she was just great. She was really her and Nebula were my 2 favorites in this whole movie.
Okay. Like I don't know why, but I'm getting sick of the boy meets girl, boy girl hate each other, boy girl ends up hooking up, being dating, becoming married, like scenario. you know that's where we're going with this, like obviously. So it's like, okay, you got the Mantis Drax thing going on. Same they have with Gamora and Quill.
But
It's
they all
like,
broke up now, though.
yeah, and then they all will get back together because they're trying not to follow into the same thing.
No, like, I hated it, and then what really bothered me is how they're all like Gamora, right? No, Gamora.
Gamora.
I don't know why I had to else that.
Secret
How Gamora's dead.
How's that shot
Gamora's
doing you?
dead. It's pretty great. But yeah, how they're like Gamora's dead, and then even Mantis, she's like, she's not fucking dead, you guys. She just doesn't remember us, like flat out, like.
Yeah.
Literally, it's not her. And then even Gamora's, she's like, I'm not who you guys want me to be because I'm not that person. She did die.
But
that's
you
what I
look
did
like
like
her.
too. How she said that. She's like, she died. That's not me. Like.
Well, that's like it is, but it isn't because it's a whole different mindfuck.
But then like how they felt. Like I know you're talking about
Yeah.
how like throughout the whole adventure they were falling in quote unquote love
Yeah.
again. Like when she was all like, oh fuck you guys, and then she's sitting there like, oh, Rocket's hurt. I gotta help him. But at the same time she was like, well fuck you guys. I just want to go back to my people.
Yeah, it's like I don't know why I agreed to sign up to do this. So she was having like a mental conflict, which
I
makes
did
sense
like their
because
rainbow
she's
suits,
different parts.
or how their suits made a rainbow.
I made
thought
a
that was
note
cute.
about that.
I thought
The
that was really
fucking
cute. I thought it was
cheap
funny.
$3 Teletubby Power Rangers that they came up with.
I thought
like,
it was so cute and
wow.
funny. I was like, wow, just
And like
wow.
blatantly just rainbow colors.
And, like,
Here you
and
go.
and like the whole funny part is like it's just nonchalant. Too, like they're bright colors, so it's not like it's gonna be like
that serves
secret
no
or,
purpose
like-
because I'm like, wait, those are not the uniforms they were just given to because they got the stack of uniforms. Everyone had the same color. I'm like,
Yeah.
how the fuck they all turn rainbow? They come to find out the uniforms they got before was the underneath the Power Ranger
Exactly.
Teletubby suits, and I'm just like, that was so stupid. You could just made it all the same color and just put a helmet on them or something. Like you didn't have to do all that.
I thought it was
so
funny.
dumb.
I did think that part was funny though. What did you think of the villain?
Which one? Are we Warlock or High Evolutionary?
So I didn't really see Warlock as a villain, to be honest.
He literally is the reason why Raccoon gets shot and we
No,
started this whole
I
process.
know, like he's the reason why everything's happening, but at the same time, like
Yeah.
I didn't see. I seen High
Evolutionary, yeah.
as more of a
The-
like
the
actual,
main-
yeah, more of a villain compared to Adam. I feel like Adam was literally just that comic relief villain.
Yeah, I can see that. Like
I
he
love that. I
just-
loved that his mom blew up. I thought that was funny.
Which, and that's another thing that's kind of like, how is that every Guardians movie, like everyone that's against them, with the exception of I think one, everyone that's trying to kill them, all of a sudden becomes good guys, have a change of heart, and you're like, I was gonna kill you, I want to destroy you. Now I'm gonna be a part of your team.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Nebula. Oh, I can't wait. I'm just here to kill my sister. She betrayed us. I'm gonna be a part of the team, but I'm still gonna try to kill my sister on the side though. Like what? Like, and then like every
Oh my
single
god,
person.
talking about that when the freaking thing of Gamora, I was like, maybe you and Nebula should get together to Quill.
Just
And like Quill starts looking at her and
no.
she's like, no, like you're stupid.
I never looked at your eyes before. They're black. It was like, but there's
And
like
then, and then she explains like I did something wrong or I failed the mission and so my
Yeah.
father fixed it this and he's like, well, that's pretty as black or whatever.
and it was like this is depressingly beautiful, like some stupid. I was like, it was ridiculous. And then so speaking of things being ridiculous, we get to the finale of the movie, and I was like, I sat through this, like really?
I'm not gonna lie, I went with my friend, and you know how you can kind of tell when someone's just not enjoying the movie and they're bored because they literally can't sit still and they're like leaning back like this or like going like this or like just shaking and moving. Yeah, I went with my friend. This movie was 2 hours long, and within the first 20 minutes, he started doing all that, and like I literally leaned over. I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I'm so bored, and I love Guardians. I'm so pissed." I was like, "Oh."
The opening 30 minutes was slow, but it got good throughout the middle, but it was just like random fluff and filler.
Then it
picked.
I'm not gonna lie, I was very bored throughout it. I thought it was. I mean, it was okay. I mean, cool. They saved all the animals.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
Not the good ones that we wanted to live.
They saved all the ones that were gonna be worked on. I also thought that was crazy how he had a whole self-destructing the planet, which I also thought was kind of funny.
It reminded me a little. That was like a Star Wars homage.
Right,
It was like,
like, I was
let me
like,
create something that's
oh.
going to destroy things, but let me have a self-destruct just in case things go wrong, and hope that no one comes to like destroy. Like, really? Okay. Like we haven't seen this fail so many times.
Literally.
You're like, why? Just okay, whatever. So after all that, what would you rate this movie?
I would rate this movie as a dawn.
That's fair. I would rate it as a dong as well.
Like, I mean, like you said, we're probably gonna be the only two that think this, and we're probably gonna get a lot of backlash. But like I said, after watching, because I saw the first and second one right before I went and saw the third one, like that's all it was. It was just the same thing, just one a different character, and then they just put fillers in to make it longer. And
then 18 end credits that you have to watch to find out what's
3,565 end credits.
It's like, why? So stupid. As Dawn for me as well. Maybe when it comes out on Disney Plus, then maybe I'll rewatch it and like, okay, like maybe they'll add parts or take out parts that shouldn't have been in the theater.
Maybe they'll do like a whole Megan thing and how like they had the theater release and then they had
And
unrated
unrated.
release and like we'll get the unrated where it's actually good. And I don't know.
I would hope so. Like it's a possibility. But yeah, that's a dong for the both of us. You know, if it comes out when it comes out on Disney Plus, sure, check it out, look at it, sure, because I'm sure all of you have it by now because it's offered everywhere. But in the theaters, not worth seeing in my opinion, or going out of my way to see at all. And on that note,
I also wanted to say, because we're not going to review this movie, do not waste your time watching Peter Pan and Wendy on Disney Plus. That's all.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay.
Like, legit, I'm warning, I'm letting everyone know right now. Just don't do it.
You get a little bonus content. Boom. There you go. And on that note, I've been Quentin. He's been MJ. And this was another rendition of the Awkward Ding Dongs. Thank you again for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.